Hey, good evening, everybody. Steve RGT Custom Sabers here. Got another saber reveal to do tonight and review a new chassis system. I think it's one of the first for the new Corband DM1, the Darth Maul that I designed, and is up for sale on my Shapeways store as well. So, yeah, the new DM1 right there. Whoa, yeah, there it is. Darth Maul. New hilt. Fully put together. This one I have installed for a customer with the Crystal Focus 9 soundboards, RGB LEDs, 2.1mm recharge ports to fit everything in here. It's quite small. I'm not a huge guy, and it's really nice. This hilt's beautiful, like super nice. Really well constructed on this one. Like awesome job. Not huge and bulky. So I did a single cell hock on the CF9 to run an 18500 battery. From Keep Power, it's 2000 milliamp hour, 18500. So still get a good runtime out of your Tri-Cree LED in both ends as well. So switch setup. The top two switches on this are your activation on the red. The silver is your auxiliary switch. The switches in the center, they're just static, no functionality. Just when you're trying to swing this thing around and grab it, I didn't want hitting buttons in here and setting things off and everything else. So these are just static. And again, same thing on the other end, your switches. Everything appears stock on the outside as far as all your screws go, except for this little back guy at the back. On the backs of each one. This is actually your recharge port and your kill key. So I just took some kill keys, popped the ends off, milled down these screws, cut them shorter, and fit them into a kill plug. Just like so. So when they're in, looks totally stock. When it's sitting on your shelf and underneath, you get access to a 2.1mm recharge port for quick and easy charging without having to take the chassis out, having to take the saber apart. Just easy access, plug it in, away you go. Same thing on the other side. For staff, it's actually pretty loud, pretty good. Tri-Crees, some reds in there, it's on the wall. Woo. And it sounds pretty good. Won't really get it any louder. You'd have to do something pretty creative with the coupler here, either make it bigger holes, something to let more sound out. But all in all, really happy with the way this one sounds, even in staff configuration. As two individual sabers, super loud. So yeah, so let's pull this apart and have a look at everything else going on with the hilt. Set that aside. So, singly on your hilt again. Just a nice look at the outside there. Just got the cover tech. Blade retention screw in the end there. Just a little 632 set screw I drilled and tapped in there to hold the blade in place. Got some 7/8 stock around here. Just slides in. So pretty. Love the red. Of course, you got flash on flash, blaster blocks, all that stuff with the crystal focus. Just really nice. Alright, let's take that out. So, yeah, like this, totally workable. Bomber caps, everything still fits on. You got pretty decent depth to your speaker in there. It's in probably a good ½ inch, almost 3/4 of an inch into your speaker. Now to take this chassis out, which is probably what everybody wants to know how to do, because that's the way I designed it. Let's all you got to do is undo your 3 screws on the side that are holding the chassis in place, making sure nothing moves around, making sure your screws are lined up. So just a quick unscrew of those, and we'll be able to slide it out. And 3. All right. So screws all come out Chassis is now loose, so all you gotta do, just from the emitter end here, is all I do. It's just a little push on that, pops loose, and she slides out of there. So here you can see the chassis completely out, so you get your LED module in the end, tri-cree, your contact points for your switches. So the top one obviously is your activation switch, your main switch, the bottom one for auxiliary. So you got the two small that are separated, and then the one long one along the back here, that's just your common, your ground for your switches there. And because the way the switches for this work, and this is still in here, it's got some play to it with the way those little connectors are under there. There's a little bit of play in this. You can't really see it on the camera, but that allows the chassis to sit in, push up tight against those contacts. I added a little bit of solder to the bottom of those, and then of course you have to file just the connection between the two switches that this thing comes with to make everything work. If you don't break that contact, then of course both switches will be connected to each other, and you're not going to get the functionality out of that switch plate that the hilt comes with. So yeah, just a little bit of filing, top and bottom, to break that connection. A little bit of play in here. Gives you a pretty good connection on this. You can either, with this, do what I did here, which is just I braided some 18 gauge copper wire together to fit in there. You can kind of see that. And then just soldered my lead wires onto it and ran it to the board, which is right there. There's your crystal focus there. So you got super easy access to your SD card here. You can see the battery, keep power, 2,000 milliamp, and your recharge port. And that's the chassis, guys. Pretty awesome. Yeah, super happy with how this came out. So yeah, for this one here, Darth Maul Sithy, I printed it in red and then just added silver rub and buff and some gold highlights to the chassis there. Yeah, like I said, super happy with how this one came out, how it turned out. This came out a little rough as I was fixing everything in there, but you know what? I didn't clean it up again after because I actually really like the way that looks now. A little like scored and, you know, like, Darth Maul. Right? Kind of rough around the edges, which I thought super fitting for that. So yeah, so with this one, yeah, then again, to put it back in, it's just super simple. Everything fits past that channel in here. So as you can see, that switch plate at the front there's in there. It just slides all up, slides right in, nice and easy. Just make sure you line up that groove with your switches. It'll just push in super simple. Can be a little tricky to get it past LED. There it goes. Do not push on the speaker. Push on the edge of the chassis. Okay, there's a lip there for that reason specifically. Don't push on your speaker. Don't mess your speaker up. You don't want to be that guy. Okay, I mean, I can fix it for you, but yeah, don't do that. So it slides back in, put your screws back in, really simply, and then and you're good to go again. It's just that simple. So yeah, nothing too difficult about it. I didn't want it to be hard or complicated to be able to access everything, so I tried to make it as simple and as end user friendly as possible. So just get the screws back in here. When you're putting the screws back in with this, just be careful, go slow. Remember that you are screwing into plastic, so we don't want to over tighten when you're screwing into aluminum, but especially with plastic, okay, just finger tight it, all right? Like, you do not need to go hard on that. Okay, nice and easy. As far as dueling with this one goes, I mean, it's a solid hilt. You're dealing with 7/8" blades though, so I would not recommend any kind of heavy dueling. Moderate, light dueling, totally fine. Not going to break anything. Everything is super secure in that chassis, and yeah, held in there really well, so you're going to have no issues that way at all. But yeah, that is about it, guys. The new Darth Maul. Get the emitter on there. Just like that. Put the cap on. So you can have it either as a single, 2 single sabers, or as one complete hilt. Stick them together. Right on. The new Darth Maul. Hope you guys love the chassis. Super fun to make this one. And we'll see you again. May the Force be with you.